Okay, we're going to look at how to identify the block, period, group, and element based on the electron configuration. And in order to do that, we are going to mainly look at the very end of the electron configuration. The last piece gives you pretty much all the information you need. So for this particular element, the block is what the end of the electron configuration is. So the D, the letter in it, is the block that it's in. So this particular one's in the D block. The period, based on the rules of coefficients, the coefficients in front of the S and the P are the actual period numbers. The coefficient in front of the D is going to be one less than the period. So you could look at this entire last piece, or after the noble gas, 5S and 4D, you can infer that you are in the fifth period. So period 5. All right, the group, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can just look at the exponent in the D, or you can add the exponents together, S and D exponents, for this particular one. Now, remember, groups go down. Okay, so groups, this is group 1. The next column is group 2. I'm just going to bring it down here. That's group 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Groups go all the way to 18. Okay, so those are your groups. Now, to figure out the group, you can look at the exponent in the D, which is 8, and just know that you're going 8 groups into the D block. So if you're going 8 groups into the D block, all right, remember this is your D block. Okay, so we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're in group 10. Okay, so group 10. Or if you know that the S is the first 2 groups, and the D starts at group 3, you could add those 2 coefficients together, the 2 and the 8, and that is your group. Okay, and then the element. So we're in period 5. Remember, periods are the rows. So that's period 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 periods. And they go across, okay? So we're in period 5, block D, in group 10. So period 5 is here. Group 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or we could have just found that and came down. So period 5, group 10. So that is PD. Okay, that is the element. All right, the next one. We're looking at the end, 3P4. So that tells us that we are in block P. Okay, block P is this block here. Whoops. This is block P. Okay, so the period we're in, remember S and P, the coefficient is the period. So since 3 is in front of S and P, the period is 3. All right, the group, this time we can't just add up 2 and 4, okay, because we're in the P block. P block's groups are 13 through 18. So it has to be between 13 and 18. To figure out the group, we can use the 4 and know that we are 4 columns into the P block. So So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are in group 16. Okay, so knowing that, I'm going to erase some of this. So we are in period 3, group 16. So period 3 is here, and we move across to group 16, which is here. So it's sulfur. All right, the next one, we are in the S block. We are in period 3 because the coefficient is 3. We are in group 1. The exponent in the for the S is going to be the group number because it's the first column. And the element is third period, first group, that's sodium. Okay. This next one, 4p2. And this is the entire electron configuration, but we are in block P, period 4, because remember the coefficient for P is the period number. And then we are the second column in P, so that's going to be group 14. Okay, so group 14, period 4. So we find period 4 and we work our way to group 14, which is GE. 14. Germanium. All right, and the last one, 5F8. All right, remember the F block actually fits in right here. So this is 6, period 6 and 7. All right, the block we know is F. The period is 2 more than the coefficient. The coefficient in front of F is always going to be 2 less than the period. You can look at the S that's in front of it. It is in period 6. So period 6, and element, you just go look at the exponent, 8. You go 8 into the F block and find that element. So we're period 6, 8 into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's TB. Okay, and then just know that I will not ask for the group number for F block. There are no groups for the F block, so you won't be asked that. Okay, so that is how you figure out the block, period, and element and group using the electron